Every 4 years, the World Cup does something no other tournament can. It doesn't just crown a champion, it creates one. A teenager nobody outside his country knew last month becomes the name every club in the world is chasing by next week. It happened to Pelé in 1958. It happened to Mbappe in 2018. And somewhere at this tournament, it is about to happen to someone new. The only question is who. Starting us off at number 5, Kendry Páez, Ecuador, age 19. If you follow South American football, this name is not new to you. Páez has been called Ecuador's greatest talent in a generation. And that is not an exaggeration. The attacking midfielder is known for two things: nifty dribbling and explosive changes of pace. He makes defenders look flat-footed, and at just 19 years old, that level of skill is genuinely frightening. Here is the proof of how highly rated he is. Back in 2023, when he was still a teenager playing in Ecuador, Chelsea agreed to sign him from Independiente del Valle. The deal was structured so he would officially join when he turned 18 in 2025. A Premier League giant planning 3 years ahead just to secure one teenager. That tells you everything. Since then, he went on loan to Strasbourg in France, then to River Plate in Argentina, one of the most demanding football environments on earth. Two completely different styles, two different cultures. He has adapted to both. The World Cup is where it all comes together. A strong tournament, and Páez is straight back to Europe, not on loan. At the top table, watch him closely. Number 4, Endrick, Brazil, age 19. Now this one has a story. Endrick was supposed to be the next great Brazilian striker. Sensational at Palmeiras, handed the Real Madrid move that Brazilian footballers dream about their whole lives. And then it didn't work. He struggled at Madrid. He couldn't break through. He was sent on loan to Lyon in France. But here is what happened next. He thrived. He rediscovered himself. He played with freedom. His performances at Lyon were so convincing that new Brazil coach Carlo Ancelotti, the same Ancelotti who managed him at Madrid, picked him for the World Cup squad. And this Brazilian squad is loaded. We are talking Neymar, Vinicius Jr., Rafinha. Endrick is not even guaranteed minutes in this team. But that hunger, that chip on his shoulder after what happened at Madrid, that is dangerous. If he gets his chance, do not be surprised if he takes it completely. Number 3, Yan Diomande, Ivory Coast, age 19. Now here is that story I promised you. Diomande did not come through a traditional European academy. He was not groomed at a big club from the age of 9. He moved to the United States as a young boy and learned football playing high school soccer in Florida. He had trials with MLS clubs, Colorado and Charlotte. He didn't make it. Most people in that situation walk away from the dream. He didn't. He moved to Spain, signed for Leganes, a smaller club, proved himself. And within months, RB Leipzig, one of Germany's biggest clubs, came calling and signed him. Now he is representing Ivory Coast at a World Cup at 19 years old. From Florida high school football to the World Cup stage. If that is not a documentary waiting to be made, I don't know what is. Diomande plays as a winger. Fast, direct, hard to stop. He has already debuted for Ivory Coast at the Africa Cup of Nations. And based on everything we have seen, he is ready for this moment. Number 2, Ibrahim Mbaye, Senegal, age 18. PSG fans, you already know this name, because this kid came through the PSG Academy, the same system that has been producing some of the most technically gifted players in France. And Mbaye stood out even there. He made his League One debut at just 16 years old in 2024. While most teenagers are figuring out life, he was already competing in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. This past season, he made his Champions League debut. And not just as a late cameo, he earned more and more playing time with PSG, the club that just won back-to-back Champions League titles. That is the highest pressure environment in club football right now. And he handled it. Earlier this year, at just 17 years old, he became the youngest Senegalese goal scorer in the history of the Africa Cup of Nations. Senegal reached the final that tournament. Mbaye played a part in that run. Now at 18, he goes to the World Cup, carrying the expectation of an entire nation. The pace, the technique, the composure. This is a player built for big moments. Remember this name, Ibrahim Mbaye, who scored goal in debut game in World Cup versus France. You are going to be hearing it for the next 15 years. And at number 1, the youngest player at the entire 2026 World Cup, Berto Mora, Mexico, age 17. This kid is 17 years old and he's on the biggest football stage on earth. At home, in his own country, with the eyes of an entire nation watching him. That pressure alone would break most adults. Mora is a teenager, but look at what he has already done. In August 2024, at just 15 years old, he became the youngest player ever to start and score in the Mexican First Division. The youngest, ever. In January 2025, at 16, he became the youngest player ever to debut for the Mexican national team. Again, the youngest, ever. He started for Mexico at the 2025 Gold Cup. They won it. He was there. Real Madrid are watching him. Barcelona are watching him. Premier League clubs are watching him. And he has not even turned 18 yet. If Mora delivers even one standout moment, one goal, one game, one defining play, his life changes completely. He could become the youngest Mexican player to ever appear at a World Cup. 17 years old. The weight of Mexico on his shoulders. And from everything we have seen, he is not afraid of it at all. Before we wrap up, quick honourable mentions. Lamine Yamal, 18, Barcelona and Spain. Already one of the best players in the world. The World Cup is just the next chapter. Pau Cubarsí, 19. Also Barcelona and Spain. Quietly becoming one of the best young defenders in Europe. The 2026 World Cup will produce the next global superstar. And somewhere in this list of 5 names, the next one is waiting. So here is my question to you. Drop a comment right now. Which teenager on this list do you think breaks out at this World Cup? Or is it someone else entirely? Let me know. If you are new here, subscribe and hit the bell. See you in the next one.